What's going on, people? It's your man the YB, back once again. So many of you who follow the channel will know that, even if you don't follow the channel, there's been speculation out there. A certain percentage of the population who watched AJ and Ngannou thought it was rigged, or it was fixed, or it was a certain percentage chance it was fixed or rigged. And initially, I ain't gonna lie to you, given the facts we know AJ ain't never knocked no one out in 2 rounds. The last time he knocked someone out in 2 rounds, it was Charles Martin in 2016, and even then, he won't spark out. In fact, I genuinely can't remember the last time AJ knocked someone spark out in 2 rounds, or even 4 rounds. He's never really had it like that. So throw that in there, throw the circumstantial stuff as well, like, as I've mentioned before, the fact that the main dog, he wanted AJ to blow Francis Ngannou's back out. Now, since then, since the first speculation video I did, there's been some more evidence. So, for example, I did a follow-up video of AJ and Ben Davison practicing. Ben Davison throwing a jab, AJ pulling and banging the right hand. And essentially, AJ went in there, waited for Francis' jab, pulled and banged the right hand. So that's what it was. Now, some cat in the comments said to me, YB, I think he said something like, oh, YB, I'm a stuntman, or I work in some sort of, one of them ones, some sort of choreographed thing. And he said, I've been struggling to reenact how you would fake Ngannou dropping like the sack of potatoes he did. And I thought, you know what, that's a pretty good point. So I went back, and now people have said, oh, well, look at the first one. The first knockdown wasn't real. Listen, that's irrelevant. Let's look at the last one. Let's look at how the fight definitively ended. And I'm concluding, to be honest, I'm 99.9% sure that it was a genuine fight. And Ngannou got caught slipping. Because for his big stiff ass to drop like this, it just doesn't make sense. We've seen people fake fights. We've seen Wilder versus, you know what, I probably should get up. Oh, I don't want to. Oh, let's get it up. We've seen Wilder versus Malik Scott. Wilder versus Malik Scott. This is fake, yeah? Wilder didn't hit Malik Scott with nothing. Not zip did he hit Malik Scott with. Not going to play it. Where is it? Where's the final KO? He's posted. There it is. Look. He ain't hit dude with nothing. Not sweet zip all. I can't even get to it. Where is it? Zooms in. Here we go. This is Malik Scott, yeah? So Malik Scott on the ropes.
Now, seriously.
Was he knocked Spark out after that one? Yeah, he is. Here, this is the angle. This is the angle. So Wilder throws the right hand, yeah? So he's throwing the right hand now, Wilder has. It hits the gloves. Misses Malik's head. Malik's head doesn't move, right? Watch. What's Malik's head? Malik's head never snaps back, watch. Watch his head. Focus on his head. The right hand comes in. It's now landing. Watch Malik's head there. Watch his big slap head there. Watch his slap head, watch. Yeah? Absolutely nothing lands there. Not on lip. Not zip. Zip all. Again. The punch is out, yeah? Watch his head. His head should be, bear in mind, he's pretending to be knocked out, yeah? His head should be whipsawing. As with, look. Head don't move. I'm not going to play it, but you get the point. He doesn't get hit again. And he ends up on the floor, making a whole clown out of himself. Look at him. Look at this guy. Look at this goof troop. So this is the original shot. I want to show you how he acts after. Watch this. Watch how he acts, watch.
Around the side. Scott,
look at this guy. Look at
the right hand did hit him. He didn't see it because he was looking.
Look at this guy. Acting like he's geeking. It's like this, it's like, whoa. So, my point is, when AJ hit Ngannou, it weren't one of these ones. And I'm going to show you now. Yeah? It weren't a case of, oh, the shot didn't land and I'm just going to jump on the floor and play good. Yeah? Look at this guy. He kind of stumbles backwards. Let's have a look at it again. How he falls. He doesn't fall like a sack of potatoes. Ngannou fell like a sack of shit. Straight down. No messing about. This guy politicked his way down. Yeah? Let me get a bit. Yeah. Where's the better angle? Here's the better angle. Alright, so Wilder slaps the left hook in. Dings the right hand. Malik Scott stumbles backwards.
And I think the
Yeah,
temple shot
that is a political fall down. Malik Scott puts his hand down first. Oh, boop, on my backside. Fake. Not real. Not genuine. Fugazi. Hermoisonite. Yeah, Malik Scott weren't nothing wrong with him. He was jacked. Now compare that to AJ versus Ngannou one. So here's Ngannou's big ass. And bear in mind, the quality is poor, but I don't really want to play much of this, but we'll try it. Oops. One of them. So watch this. So AJ loads it. He loads the right hand. Bear in mind, Ngannou's already been down twice already. He's already faded. So AJ loads the right hand like he's almost like a karate stance. He's like, whap, just swinging it from his hip. Bends his knees. Here we go. Bop. Ngannou sleeps somewhere. Look, this guy's sleeping. Sleep off. Looks like he's already out. Yeah. Look, he ain't breaking his fall. And what's important here is Ngannou's knee position. Bear in mind, look. So he gets hit, yeah. He's already out. AJ, whoop, bangs the right hand, and you can see Ngannou's chin. This clips him. I've talked before in videos of often like people like Canelo, yeah, and even AJ historically. AJ's more of a bludgeoner, yeah. He's just trying to hit something. You hit the side of your head, you hit the top of your head. But this tip here, as we all know, it's not rocket science here, but what I've noticed is, I ain't got no scientific evidence, but it seems to be, if you can generate some torque around the pivot there, this bit here, if you can clip that whipping motion, that's what seems to send people to Mars. And watching Ngannou's face, I'm not sure if you can see it here, but watching Ngannou's face, so Ngannou's face is now like I am here, square on, right? Watch his chin gets whipped 90 degrees, watch. He's there, he's straight still. Here we go, look, you see the turn? That little turn there, look, boop, see that turn, that's turning there. Ngannou's chin is getting whipsawed, that torque there. That's spinning all his wig up. His wig is now, whoops, all spun up. And if he didn't have a neck on his shoulders, if Ngannou didn't have muscle here and a spine there, his head now would be spinning. Maybe even still to this day, if that makes sense. If there was no resistance, if there was no air drag, Ngannou's neck would still be spinning now. Fact. Spinning. So he's lucky to some extent that he has muscles, he has a spine. Because if he didn't, there's a little bit of torque here. Where is it? There we go, look. That turn there. Ngannou's wig being spun up. Yeah? AJ spun the club up with this one. Spun dude's wig up. So Ngannou's square on. AJ whaps it. Ngannou's wig gets spun. And he's already out. That little torque there. That little left-right. He's out. It's like an on and off button. It's quite... what's the word? I don't know. I've always found it quite... I'm not sure of the word, but it's one of them. You see someone chingo, it's like an on and off button, isn't it? It's weird. You don't think of consciousness like that. You don't think consciousness is... you don't think consciousness... Well, you assume it's a given. I am conscious. You would never think that a little movement, a little bit of force here would just switch all that off. And it switched it all off for him, 100%. Ngannou was conscious. Let's rewind it here, people. Ngannou, he's conscious. Yeah? He's conscious. He understands the passing of time. He can perceive the passing of time. Yeah? 100%. He knows exactly what's going on. Oops. Off. In one frame, people. I think this is 30 frames a second. So how many, what's that? 30 frames a second. So in what, how many milliseconds is it? 3 milliseconds. In 3 milliseconds, people. In 3.3 milliseconds. This guy's whole perception of his being, his whole soul, boop, off. He ain't know nothing about it. Yeah? He understands everything at this point. He's looking forward. He get it. Boop. He off now. And AJ hit the off button. And watch this guy. He's stiff, right? He's stiff. He ain't doing no stretching. Yeah, he ain't doing... Stop. Ngannou ain't do no stretching. He do weight pumping. So his big arse been turned off. Watch this now. Watch his arms just full. His arms full, floppy. Watch straight down. Yeah. And I've analysed it more. Ngannou isn't putting his hand out here. Watch. He carries no weight on that backhand. See what I mean? That's not a supportive hand there. Ngannou isn't putting his hand down to carry the weight. Watch. It's floppy. It kind of graces the ground and bounces up. That's not someone. He wasn't breaking his fall here. If you watch it in full motion, you'll see. In fact, I'll play it now. Watching Ngannou's focus on Ngannou's hand here. Yeah, Malik Scott sat down or fell down and then put his hand out to break his fall. That's what people who are faking something do. Ngannou ain't do that, watch. So focus on Ngannou's hand here. Yeah, watch. Floppy. That if you analyse it in frame by frame, he doesn't carry any weight on that hand. He's out and his guard's up. AJ turns his consciousness off and watch his guard just go, just flops, watch. In lifetime, watch it, watch. Flop. See, it's floppy. Yeah? Flopped. AJ turned him onto flop. Ngannou at this point is rock hard for a fight. Boop, he's off now. His whole... It's like one of them androids. You just kind of pull the plugs out the back and then down power. That's what happened here. He may be an android. That's maybe what it is. Yeah? AJ rocked his cortex and all of his stomach was down powered. Here we go, watch. Watch his arms flop. So his arms flop now, look. Literally, his arms have flopped so much. AJ is essentially carrying half of his weight. He's drunk right now. Yeah? And also watch the way Ngannou falls. Ngannou falls straight down into his centre of mass. It's no like, he doesn't lean back like Malik Scott, yeah, when he falls down, he kind of leans, he's all politicking. This guy goes straight down, yeah? That there is physics, people. There's nothing breaking his fall. This ain't no 911 thing, yeah? This is free fall. Ngannou's big ass moving straight into his centre of mass to the floor at free fall speed. There's nothing breaking that fall. There's no muscle. He's not on at that point. He's not conscious, yeah? He's not, his soul has gone somewhere else. We don't know where. That's the truth. We don't know where. Stephen Hawking, he's still looking into it. Truth be known. He looking, and like, where his soul go? We don't know. We don't know. He don't know. For sure. Listen, there's a better chance I know where Ngannou's soul went than he knows. He ain't know nothing. He couldn't tell you nothing after this one here. Whoop. He off right now. Look what, on, off, on, off, on, off. He ain't, after this point, after them 3 milliseconds of pressure, he couldn't tell you nothing. Nothing. Yeah? Watch him fall, watch the way he falls down. He doesn't stumble back. He doesn't, put my hands out. His arms flop. And he falls, watch, look. Straight down. Because the centre of his mass, I assume somewhere around, like his midsection here. So watch, he collapses straight into it. Watch, straight down, watch. Watch this, look. Straight down. There's no stumbling back. He's off. Literally, I'm not even sure he breaks his stance. He doesn't, people. Look. He's in his stance. He braces to take the punch. He takes the punch. And watch. His legs don't go nowhere. His legs are in that same stance. Literally, watch. His legs haven't... You know what I'm saying? And if you think about it, if AJ turns him off here, yeah, it's taking time for them signals that you're off now. His legs are the last thing to go. He got turned off here, yeah, that's off, the top's off, and he kind of from the top down. It's a top down approach. The signals in his brain haven't even got to his legs yet. Do you understand that one? Yeah? It's a bit like a controlled demolition. A controlled demolition starts at the top and all the way down. Yeah? Same with Ngannou. AJ clipped dude here and put him into a controlled demolition straight down. His legs haven't even clocked yet, even though he has no consciousness at this point. The punch lands, his neck goes left to right or right to left. He's off at this point. His arms know it, his head knows it, he's looking straight at the floor. He's got no... He's out. But his legs, the signal ain't travelled yet. In fact, there ain't even a signal. What signal? What could possibly send Ngannou a signal now? He ain't there. Yeah, there's no there's no neuroactivity, people. That's the bottom line. His brain off. Yeah? His brain off. His legs are just doing what they were doing before he was put unconscious, essentially. He's still standing there. Watch. And then finally, his legs run out of all them leftover signals that were telling him to keep contract. They're over now. Look what, 100% controlled demolition. But watch his knee here. So he doesn't break his fall. Look at his backhand here. Look, if you was conscious, yeah, that hand wouldn't be rested in your lap. It just wouldn't. It's impossible. So Ngannou's got one hand on the floor which isn't breaking his fall, and the other hand is in his lap. Again, everything's attracting towards his centre of mass. The hole in, if you were to draw a hole from like his body down through his centre of mass. That's where he falls. He falls square on his arse. He don't stumble back. He's in his stance, straight down, mate. Gravity was the only force at work here. There's nothing else going on there, people. His shoulders ain't working. If his shoulder was working, his left hand he'd have put out. His shoulder do nothing. His shoulder fallen into himself. The centre of mass, people. That's where his shoulder went. It's not there. It doesn't exist no more. Yeah? Like a sack of potatoes. If you got a sack of potatoes, yeah, and drop them, some of the potatoes ain't going to fall out and break their fall, are they? No. They're going to drop straight down. Do you get what I'm saying? Francis Ngannou, like a sack of potatoes, right? He might as well have been. So he takes his sack of potatoes looking at us. He's falling right now, but look at his knee. Yeah? Look at this knee here. This one here. Watch this knee. And look at his foot as well. His foot, it's hard to see from that angle. I mean, the footage quality is low, but so you can see his foot, yeah. Oh, sorry, his front foot here is facing forward. But his back foot is at an angle, not 90 degrees, but it's like an angle, right? So try it yourself. Try put your foot out. It's a proper knee twister, this one. I tried it. It's really hard to do. Look at that. All that weight, 270 pounds of dead potato weight. He ain't flexible. Francis Ngannou can't sit on his knees, for example. He can't do that. Yeah, and nonetheless, this is pure gravity here. Gravity is forcing him to essentially do a stretch. He's stretching all of them knees out right now. And his ankles. Look at him, his ankles at an angle still. So his ankle's twisted, his knees are bending. And he ends up in this position. Look at that. Oh my God. If you could see this now. Ngannou's foot still hasn't corrected forward. He falls back. His foot. So his front foot's like this. His other foot's like that. That's how it looks here. And his knees, his legs, so his heels are at his arse. His heels at his arse. Yeah. And his foot is still turned out at 90 degrees, roughly. Try that yourself. I'd have tried laying down. Try laying down, yeah. And then twisting your foot out and having it. It's really hard and really painful. And that's not even falling into it. That's just me trying to set it up. Try to set this position up. Try and lay back with one leg out and one leg pulled in towards your glutes and then twisted your ankle and all that weight going down as well. This wasn't like, I'm going to fall down. No, he falls straight down. So that 270 pounds is going straight down with momentum into this position. You couldn't do that. He'd knock Spark out. So the question now is, the only way this could be rigged is if Ngannou agreed, I'm going to put my chin in the air and you can knock me Spark out. And I think that's unlikely. 0.1% unlikely. Why? Because Ngannou's come out since the fight and been complaining. I didn't sleep much. Yeah, if you was paid to get knocked Spark out, why would you complain about your sleep levels? Why would you complain about getting to a press conference an hour early? It doesn't make sense, does it? You just say nothing. I agreed to get knocked Spark out and let's just keep it on the low. So I believe it's 100% legit. And that's the end of that. I've never, again, someone as big and as inflexible as this guy. This leg here, look, this leg here, his leg that's out doesn't even adjust. He goes down and it's all just weight. And if you watch his head as well, let's focus on his head now. It's a bit annoying that the timer's in the way. Watch his head. His head drops. See what I mean? He's just dead, man. That's the bottom line. He's as good as dead. He ain't doing nothing. Yeah. And then by this point, his consciousness starts to kick back in again, and he's still like, his arms are a bit stiff. So yeah. I'm convinced now this was legit. AJ knocked this guy Spark out, and that's the end of that. There's no big thing going on here. Based on the evidence I'm seeing here, I think it's hard to argue otherwise. It's still a question. Did they put something in Ngannou's drink? We don't know. But that's on Ngannou. That's not my job. Yeah, he the one complaining. He the one saying things are rigged. Well, he needs to take his big ass and go and get his hair tested. That's what he needs to do, right? So I ain't going to speak about it no more because that's on him now. He said, it was all set up against me. So he need to take his big ass and get some of them hair follicles tested. Outside of that, there's nothing to speculate about. Yeah, because if he don't want to pay for a hair test, then what are we talking about? We can't say, he puts the same as Wilder, to be honest. I didn't think about it at the time, but if Wilder's a legend, they put something in my drink. Well, get your hair tested then, right? Yeah. Oh, I felt drowsy. Well, wear the hair test. I ain't with the speculating. There's no need to speculate about these things. If there was something in there, it will be in your hair. Oops. So if you ain't done that, that means you're just clutching at straws and looking for excuses. So at the base case now is this was 100% legit. Ngannou got smoked. And regardless, circumstantially, again, in AJ's favour, the Wallin fight, he looked good as well. Yeah? The Wallin fight, he looked different to how he's been looking. So it's good news. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Smash the like button, subscribe, and let off the bell. 100%, no doubt.